and certainly not a lot of expensive keywords. The average cost per click of a keyword can be anywhere from 10 cents to $100, depending on your industry, and there won't be a lot that you can do about that. So to find out if you're in the realm of expensive keywords or not, we're going to open the Keyword Planner tool up in AdWords. If you've got your C-word keyword list handy, the 5 to 10 terms that you thought of off the top of your head on how someone might find your product or service online, we can go do some research with that. So opening up your Google AdWords account, navigate up to the Tools section here, click, there is the Keyword Planner. I'm going to open it up. And as you can see, we've been presented with several options. Search for new keywords, get search volume for keywords, get traffic estimates for keywords, or multiply keyword lists to get new ideas. In this case, we want to select Get Traffic Estimates for a list of keywords because we are going to enter the seed keyword list that we already have. Go ahead and copy and paste in your seed keyword list. You'll also notice that if you had a file of Excel keywords that you wanted to upload, you could import that here. For the purposes of this tutorial, we're going to stick with the pasted in keyword list and targeting around the United States and Google. Let's go ahead and click the Get Estimates button. From here, Google is showing us our list of keywords and the traffic estimates, but in order to get a better estimate, we're going to need to enter a dummy bid. In this case, I'm just going to go ahead and put $1 in and click the Get Detailed Estimates button. You should feel free to play around with this feature. Put in additional bids, whether high or low, hit the Get Detailed Estimates button and see what you might get. Here you can see Google is charting out your clicks per day, the bid range, and daily estimates based on the seed keyword list in which you entered. We will need to toggle to the Keyword tab, as by default it's the ad group one selected, in order to see details for each of the keywords that we inserted. Here you can see estimated clicks, impressions, cost, click-through rate, average CPC, and average position that is expected based on our dollar bid and these keywords. As you can see, our average position is above 3 on most of the keywords we've selected, so that I know that the dollar bid is somewhat in the neighborhood. The nice thing about this tool is that you can add a lot, remove, and toggle back and forth all around until you're done, basically, and before saving anything. Don't click that button, though, until you're really sure. As you can see, a pop-up happens that either allows you to create a new campaign or add to an existing campaign. In this case, because our seed keyword list revolves around one of our current campaigns, we're going to hit Add to Existing Campaign. Since all of our seed keywords were about dog collar sizes, we're going to go ahead and add those to the dog collar size campaign. Now that we've decided that we're going to keep these keywords, we want to click the blue Save to Account button. From here, we can either create a new campaign or we can add to an existing campaign. In this case, we're going to choose our dog colors campaign to add our new keywords to. Go ahead and hit Save and Continue, and our keywords have been saved. Remember that the costs and clicks that you are seeing here are based on daily averages, not monthly, so you want to make sure to multiply this by 30 or 31 to get an idea of how much over the course of a month you could pay and how much traffic you could see. You can also research keywords on Bing ads in a similar manner. They also have a keyword research tool. All you need to do is log into your Bing Ads account and navigate up into the upper right-hand corner for Tools. Once in the Tools section, just take a look under Research and Optimization, and you'll see the Research Keywords function. From here, you can also do a similar search as on AdWords, where you copy and paste in your seed keyword list. Go ahead and hit Search. And Bing Ads is showing us the list of keywords that they find relevant based off our seed keyword list. As you can see, it's fairly long. In this case, we don't want to add all of these keywords, but we definitely want to add the keywords that we put in our seed keyword list. As you can see, Bing Ads is doing monthly search volume, last month searches, impressions, clicks, click-through rate, average CPC, and spend. We're going to go ahead and select our seed keywords, and we're going to add them to our plan. By default, these keywords are underneath the campaign, dog collars, and our ad group number 1. From here, I can adjust what the match type should be for each one of these keywords and the bid. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and leave them as is and just add them to my ad group. The keywords have now been added to my ad group, and I can go back into the account and navigate, see them, and optimize them as needed. Add looking for new keywords as a regular part of your account maintenance, as well as doing the homework around traffic estimates before adding them, so you know what kind of traffic and cost situations you're in for. Google and Bing offer 4 different match types: broad, modified broad, phrase, and exact. The match type you choose will depend on the amount of traffic you're expecting from your keywords and the negative keywords you have in place. You should have a negative keyword list in place at the campaign or ad group levels. If you'd like to learn more about this, see my video on negative keywords. Please, they're important. So, what match type do you use, where, and why? And don't panic yet. I have one very basic rule of thumb to think about whenever you're not sure what to do, which is to use a phrase match to start with. You can always change it later, so if you're in the process of building an account right now and don't have the bandwidth, either time or mental capacity, this is a good place to start. Otherwise, let's walk through the different match types, what they mean, and how you might use them. Once again, using our example of our imaginary dog collar product line, let's talk about broad match. This is the most all-encompassing match type and can include misspellings, similar terms, and does not pay attention to word order and keywords of 2 or more. For example, the keyword dog collar in a broad match could bring in queries around collars for dogs, dog collars on sale, red collars, or dog accessories. So depending on how popular your keyword is, you might want to avoid this match type, especially if you're just starting out. If your keywords are long tail, more than 3 words, and have less traffic expectations, like dog collars for seeing eye dogs, or buy green leather dog collars, then this is the match type to use. Modify broad. This is the match type that confuses the most new advertisers, so I hope you're still with me. This is the match type I recommend when you want that in-between space of a popular or highly trafficked product or service that a long-tail broad match keyword might pull in too many unrelated queries for, but you want to try and garner a high volume of clicks and impressions still. Modify broad allows you to add in an anchor in the form of a plus sign to any word or all of the words in your keyword. For example, using our dog collars for seeing eye dogs long-tail keyword, you might want to add anchors on the seeing and eye words. This tells Google that those 2 terms must appear somewhere in the user's query in order to trigger an ad impression. So the keyword would look like dog collars for seeing eye dogs, and as a result, wouldn't show for dog collars for large dogs. This match type allows you to utilize the broad matching capability in a more controlled sense. However, if you find yourself adding anchors to all of the words in the keyword, you should probably be considering a phrase match for any keyword over 4 words in length, simply because it would be easier to manage and maintain, and you wouldn't have to comb through negative keyword reports as often, looking for outliers like dog collar for seeing eye dog pictures, dog harness seeing eye dog, to add to your list of negative keywords. Phrase, this match type, as I said previously, is a good place to start when you're just not sure and want to watch and see how things go, especially if you're very budget conscious. It will capture keywords in the plural form, but it does respect word order, unlike broad. So if our keyword is large dog collars, our ad will trigger for queries like large dog collars online or buy large dog collars, but not for dog collar large or collar for large dog. Exact, this match type is pretty much what it says. Exact. The query must match the keyword exactly in order for the ad to display. This includes word order, whether it's plural or not, literally exactly as it is. However, this is only if you check the box in your campaign settings under keyword matching options. In AdWords at the campaign level, the choice for keyword match type is set to include plurals, misspellings, and close variants, and will therefore display for both dog collar and dog collars. So if it's important to you, you need to go in and check the correct radio button. Navigate to the campaign of your choice, click on the Settings tab, and look for the Keyword Matching Options area. Expand the selection and select the appropriate radio button for your needs. How much does this option matter? Well, it can very much make a difference, depending on your industry. For example, I had a client that sold wedding invitations online. The exact match keyword, wedding invitations, converted at a 5-to-1 rate, whereas the keyword wedding invitation only at a 3-to-1 rate. For me, this made a difference in how much I was willing to bid on each of the terms at my time of day. Now that we've been through the introduction of match types, how do you know what type to apply and when? Well, good news. I made a chart. This chart is a very basic generalization to help you determine a starting point based on monthly estimated search impressions from the Google AdWords Keyword Planner. Keep in mind, this is a baseline only. You should do what makes sense for you or your business. This is simply to help you get started. How a match type will react to your keyword list and business goals varies from industry to industry and from campaign to campaign. Note that impressions and clicks are influenced by a lot of other factors too, like your budget, keyword bids, competition, and historical data in your account, which means that keeping an eye on your account after you launch a new campaign or ad group is a must. Remember, match types exist to give you flexibility with your keywords on how closely you do or do not want Google or Bing to show your ads. With the search engines reporting nearly 60% of the queries they are receiving as new, never before seen searches, it is important to pay attention to match types in relation to your conversion rate so that you can get the most out of your paid search efforts. Negative keywords are the words and phrases that you do not want associated with your business or certain ad groups or campaigns. It's the equivalent of telling Google and Bing, stay away from queries that include these words, and they are a great way of avoiding paying for irrelevant clicks on your ads. Negative keywords can be added at the ad group and campaign levels for both Google and Bing, and use the same match types. The match types are broad, modified broad, phrase, and exact, and these will dictate to the search engine how strictly you want queries that include your negative keywords to be followed. You can view and add negative keywords by clicking on the Keywords tab in your AdWords or Bing account and scrolling all the way down to the negative keywords link. Hit the plus sign to expand, and voila, new keywords will appear. All right, let's start building up our negative keyword ideas. Here are some examples of common negative keywords I use a lot. If you find that you have many descriptors or terms that apply to more than one campaign, you can use a feature in Google AdWords called Negative Keyword Lists. Here, I've listed out my do-it-yourself and my free list. These are the keywords that I see most often being used as negative keywords. Negative keyword lists are built in AdWords only. This saves the list of terms that you put as a negative repeatedly together, so that instead of having to copy and paste or add the terms one by one, you can simply add the list in a single click and apply across many campaigns or ad groups. So the next piece is, how do you figure out what your negative keywords are outside of a little common sense? There are a few great ways to get started on this process, even when you don't have any PPC data yet. Think of the most common examples of keywords used at the broad level around things like free, download, online, print, do-it-yourself, make, wholesale, sample, inexpensive, and cheap. That list right there should give you plenty to think about right out of the gate. Another one that I like is Google Search Suggest. Start to type in any one of your keywords into the search box on google.com and see what starts to populate as a suggestion. Remember, these are the most recent popular searches on Google for those terms. Consider adding them if they're not applicable to your negative keyword list. Go back to your original keyword research that you did when you were selecting your keywords. There were bunches that you threw out, right? Those are indicators of terms that Google thought might be relevant and might show an association with your ads depending on your match type. If you didn't save the list, just go back to the Keyword Planner in the Tools and Analysis tab, add a keyword or URL, and see what the tool suggests. Comb through and pull out every possible negative keyword that you could add. And last but not least, the best way to finding negatives is to use the Search Query Report once you have started running ads. The Search Query Report can be found under the Keyword tab. Simply open up your keyword list and find the button for Details. Click that and select All under Search Terms, and Google will display the list of queries that triggered an ad impression. From this screen, you can decide if there are any keywords that you would want to add as negative by clicking the box and then the Add as Negative Keyword button. Same goes if you find a keyword that you'd like to add to your regular keyword list. Note that you can see all kinds of statistics for these queries as well, including keywords that you're already bidding on. You'll want to come into the Search Query Report at least once a week when you first start out with your new account. As your account grows and you become more comfortable with PPC management, the information in the report won't be as groundbreaking as when you first started. But it is definitely a report you want to come back to at least once a month on a per ad group basis, as adding negative keywords to your ad groups and campaigns is crucial to your regular optimization efforts and success. Ad copy is literally your first impression to potential